Thanks for joining us for Action 10 News at 6. I'm Brenna Matudi. Andy has the night off. We begin with a local man who says he's fed up with all the trash that blows over from a neighboring business. He says he's confronted the owner several times, but says the problem isn't getting fixed.
I don't mind picking up trash. I know Mother Nature blows hard sometimes, but you just can't do it every day.
Pedro Gaeta lives on South Staples behind the Blossom Shop Florist. Since he moved into his house in 2013, he says he's had issues with trash blowing into and staying all over his yard.
Plastic bags, the real fine paper they use to wrap the flowers, the receipts with personal information.
He says on most days he would just pick up the trash himself, but lately he's seen more and more trash fly over. Now, not only is it causing a buildup of trash, but it's costing him money because his mowing tractor keeps breaking down.
It's already the second time that my tractor goes out. It's about $300-400 to get it fixed. I mean, why should I be paying for something?
He's gone over to talk to the owner, AC Moore, trying to come up with a solution for them both, but he says nothing's changed.
Move the dumpsters in front of the property, and he told me no, because all the trash was going to be staying on the front of the property. I told him the easy ways to do it is get a trash bag, put all the trash inside, tie it down, put it in the dumpster, end of the story. Nothing happened.
I stopped at the flower shop and spoke to the owner myself, who claims he's done his fair share of trying to help his neighbors. He said he's tried moving the dumpster several times and even sent workers to Gaeta's house to pick up some of the trash.
He told me he was going to send people over here to my property and try to pick up the trash. Since I work outside, out of town, I don't want stranger people coming to my property. I got 2 little girls, my wife. I just don't feel comfortable with it.
But Gaeta says the real solution would be to build a fence around the dumpster so things don't keep flying out. We've reached out to code enforcement. We'll continue to follow this story and update you. Portland police have released an image of a man they say robbed the Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union today. Police say this man on your screen walked into the bank, handed the teller a note, and eventually took off. It's not known how much money he got away with. It happened just before noon. Police say the man left in what's believed to be a 2003 to 2008 black Chevy Aveo 4-door hatchback. We're told no one was injured. If you recognize the man in this picture, call Portland Police at 777-4444. Police are looking for 2 people who robbed a game room this weekend. A man and woman walked into the game room on Castores near Galahar Saturday night and assaulted someone and fired a gun. They then took a woman's purse and money from a register before leaving the game room. Police say the pair got away when they jumped into a car parked at a nearby apartment complex. Investigators ask if you have any information on these robbers, call police. The Sun is being blamed for a crash involving 2 dump trucks this morning. Just after 8, 2 drivers with solid waste services were heading down opposite directions on Civitan off Ayers. One driver was blinded by the sun and veered into the opposite lane, causing him to sideswipe an oncoming garbage truck.
It obviously wasn't an intentional act. The sun was in his eyes. I would just say, to anybody else to try and avoid something like this, use, some eye protection if you have to when the sun's rising, use your visor, things like that.
Both drivers had injuries to the face and were taken to the hospital for treatment. No citations have been issued, but police are still investigating. And city crews are out repairing potholes after this weekend's rain. This morning, we caught up with a crew repairing craters on Leopard Street out in Annabelle. This rain did a number on city streets, causing potholes to just open up. City manager Peter Zanoni took notice and called crews in yesterday to start repairing them. They worked from 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, and they will continue working on them through Friday.
The potholes are formed because of 2 things, because of the sun and rain. The sun dries up the asphalt and starts creating cracks, and then the rain gets in there, fills the cracks and softens up the asphalt and starts blowing out, and you haven't created the potholes. And unfortunately, that's all we have here in Corpus is sun and rain, so it's a never-ending battle, and we'll do the best we can to fix it this week, but there's no guarantee that we're not going to have them in the future. They'll continue on, and we'll continue addressing potholes as much as we can.
If you'd like to report a pothole, all you have to do is call the city at 826-CITY. A highway stunt has landed a few people in hot water. This video was posted to social media. It shows traffic stopped on I-94 in Detroit. A sports car pulls out and proceeds to do donuts in the middle of the interstate. The stunt appeared planned as onlookers shout at the vehicle and record with their phones. Police say the stunt was no laughing matter and put the public at risk.
And not one of them can drive. They're not professional race car drivers. Imagine blocking a freeway and engaging in this 360 burnout sideshows, and the car loses control, flips the median, and goes into oncoming traffic. It could happen. You put people's lives at risk, extreme risk.
Felony charges are now pending against the driver of the vehicle. Coming up on Action 10 News at 6, several dogs have a new home for the holidays. How a Clear the Shelter event was a true success next. Plus, lots of people will be heading to Grandma's house for Christmas. Some safety tips to make your travels smooth when we return.
Like, isn't it time for them to use their Zamboma booth?
I check Crystal.
That's a Zamboni.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
But no, to answer your question, I've never seen Zoolander.
But that doesn't have to do with Zoolander at all.
So
It doesn't have to do anything with Zoolander.
it sounds and that's enough for me.
What is this?
I was like, it has nothing to do with Zoolander. You're funny, Brenda.
The clay.
There's good. I check one more time, Crystal.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Here's a feel-good story of the day. The Nueces County Animal Control has cleared its shelters for the first time in almost a dozen years. Action 10 News reporter Crystal Dominguez joins us with the good news. Crystal, what can you tell us?
It is good news because, Brenda, when we report on shelters, it's always because they're at capacity. But this time, we want to show the public what an empty shelter looks like and that it's possible, thanks to the hard work from volunteers, rescuers, and people like you. Juan Ramirez, manager of the Nueces County Animal Control, says it's not very often their kennels are empty.
In 13 years that I've been here, we've never had that many animals adopted or rescued either.
He credits the hard work on behalf of the volunteers like Lisa Buckholt.
We did a 3-day event and it was very, very successful. We had 18 of the animals were actually rescued by our rescue partners, and we had 9 adoptions, and then we had several others that were reclaimed by their owner.
She says the shelter has never held a Home for the Holidays adoption event. She says reducing the adoption costs and extending the event for 3 days was helpful. She says a kennel can hold 60 animals when it's full.
The kennels can accommodate 60, but then that makes them over capacity. So it's usually in the 30 to 40 range. Is comfortable, and we had 40 prior to the event.
As of right now, they have 2 dogs that just became available and can be adopted on Thursday when the shelter reopens after the holidays. One is a friendly black and white pit mix pup. He did not have tags or a chip.
Seems to be very friendly, and he was out there running loose with other dogs.
The other dog is a female blonde lab, one that was a owner surrender. She weighs 95 pounds and does not get along with small dogs.
I'm not sure on the age. She's an older dog.
They have a blue heeler and a boxer that will become available next week if they're not picked up by their owners.
Last week we had a reduced adoption fee of $25. That includes the $10 vaccination, and we can do it this week too.
The important thing to remember is pets are a lifetime commitment, and we encourage people not to adopt right before the holidays if they haven't given some serious thought to pet ownership.
And a reminder, Nueces County Animal Control will be closed Tuesday and Wednesday for Christmas. They will reopen Thursday, December 26th from 8 to 5 p.m. Those 2 dogs we showed you will be available. Ramirez hopes that during the holidays, people will keep their pets safe so they don't see their kennels fill back up. In studio, Crystal Dominguez, Action 10 News.
Thank you, Crystal. It's always a good day when pets find a forever home. It was a beautiful day outside, and after the break, Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray will let us know if those gorgeous weather will continue. Plus, she'll have our Christmas forecast.
Now, Action 10 Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
Well, we had this drier weather move in after we had that good soaking Friday night through Saturday morning, and since then we've been drying out. But you know, that was some good rain, and we picked up nearly 4 inches, in fact just under 4 at the airport, boosting our monthly total over 4 inches, and that puts us 2.7 above average for December. All that in just one storm system, and for the year now we're at 5.6 below average. So it looks better out there. We got some rain now. We're seeing those temperatures slowly climb, and with all that sunshine today, we did hit 68 degrees. A little cold this morning though at 42. This little guy didn't mind the cool weather. In fact, this afternoon this northern cardinal was out and about in Alice, and Eddie Perez snapshotted this photo here for us and sent it into my Facebook page. If you ever have a picture you want to share, maybe a pretty nature shot or a weather picture, do that. Send it to my Facebook page or the station Facebook page, and I'll get it on the air for you. Temperatures right now, it's cooling down. We are now at 55 degrees at the Naval Air Station, 63 Mathis, 60 degrees at Alice and Ingleside, and those temperatures are going to continue to drop with our very light breeze that's going to become nearly calm tonight. And with that, we have a little more moisture in the air, so fog is going to develop. Here is Fog Tracker, and you can see most of it's light. What you're seeing in those numbers are the visibility forecasts, and you'll notice they're doing pretty good. Most areas over a mile, but I do expect areas of dense fog right along the coastline, especially the beaches, by early morning tomorrow. So watch for that. That could reduce visibilities early in the day tomorrow before it lifts by mid-morning. And then we're in for lots of sunshine. It's going to be cold tonight too. Those temperatures tonight inland dipping down to the upper 30s. George West 37, 39 Mathis, 40 at Robstown for the low tonight. Getting a bit chilly in Corpus Christi as well, again down to 42 and mid-40s right along the coast. And then tomorrow, Christmas Eve, what a nice day we have. Watch for a little morning fog, and then it's sunny. We have that light breeze blowing and temperatures warming to near 70 right at the beaches and into the mid-70s inland for Christmas Eve. If you're going to be out and about getting those presents, last-minute shopping tomorrow, and if you're heading out through the evening, well, it's going to be a little cool, so you'll need those jackets again, although the afternoon you won't need them, but have them in the car, because if you're going to be out late shopping, it's going to cool down. We'll also see some fog developing tomorrow evening and overnight. And then for Christmas morning, a little fog in the morning, but a great afternoon and temperatures above average. We start with 50 on Christmas Day, reaching 77 degrees. So across the nation, you know, we're actually going to see improving weather in the east. It's been very soggy, stormy and wet. That upper level low that brought us all the rain Friday night into Saturday, this is what it's doing to the southeast. But that's going to move off the coastline, and then we'll see pretty quiet weather across a good chunk of the nation by Christmas. This is Christmas Day. Now in the Rockies, there's going to be some snow, a little bit of rain out west, but the Midwest, look at those temperatures. They could see some record highs for Christmas Day as warm air is being pumped up north. But the next storm system develops. Here it comes, and that one's going to bring rain and snow to the southwest, spreading across the Midwest through the weekend and eventually to the eastern seaboard by Sunday. So it's going to be a little messy out there, especially in the northern plains and Great Lakes. Some snow is possible. For us, we have some great weather all the way through Christmas Day and into Saturday before the next cold front arrives Saturday night. Here is your 7-day forecast brought to you by AutoNation. AutoNation will purchase your car even if you don't purchase a vehicle from them. Shop now at the AutoNation lot near you. So the temperatures go up a little bit each day. We're going to reach into the mid to upper 70s during the day. Lots of sunshine, a few more clouds by Thursday into Friday. Those foggy nights will continue. And then Saturday's the warmer day of the weekend. The front comes through, could pick up some rain Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then we cool down a bit.
70s for Christmas, be sure to enjoy that. Now, seeing your loved ones for Christmas makes the holiday a little more special. To do that in a safe way, workers with the Texas Department of Transportation offer their advice for drivers. Jeremiah Marshall explains.
Workers with TxDOT realize that there are going to be a lot of drivers going back and forth on the highway traveling for the holiday season. But before drivers put the key in the ignition, there are a few things that they want you to keep in mind.
Buckle up, everyone in the vehicle, every time you go. Put down your phone. That's the other thing.
Several drivers will be traveling on the busy highways, but TxDOT needs drivers to remember you must share the road with others. If not careful, you could put yourself or others in harm's way, leading to a dangerous situation. Workers with TxDOT say drivers need to check their vehicles, making sure everything like tires, windshield wipers, and much more are all in good order. TxDOT also says there will be many visitors coming to the city, so it's best that you slow down and pay attention, especially in new areas.
There can be uneven pavement. There can be narrow lanes. So slow down, even if workers are not present. Slow down, get through the construction site.
TxDOT also says everyone needs to buckle up and also put the phone down. They say these tips can help save a life. And workers with TxDOT say that they want drivers to have a great holiday, but to do that in a safe way. Reporting on the frontage road of SPID, Jeremiah Marshall, Action 10 News.
Thank you, Jeremiah. And on that note, if you plan on traveling by roadway this holiday season, be sure to plan your route in advance. DPS Sergeant Nathan Bradley says the patrols will be increased throughout the holidays. Roadways are typically busier this time of year, and he advises drivers to leave early and plan enough time so you aren't rushed on your drive.
We heighten our traffic control out there, so we're looking for people who are speeding or not wearing seat belts, possibly children not seat belted in the car safety seats, those type of things, and also looking for the impaired drivers.
He says it's important to always stay alert and to stay off your cell phone, slow down during bad weather, and stay below the speed limit, especially during foggy conditions. And millions of people will be taken to the skies, rails, and roads. AAA reports more than 115 million Americans will travel this season from now through New Year's Day.
Carly Miller and her family are making a mad dash to Florida for the holidays with all the necessities for her two small daughters.
We have stickers, we have iPads, which is the main entertainment. We have dolls.
From now until New Year's, the TSA expects nearly 42 million passengers at airports nationwide, a 4% boost from last year.
It's busy, a lot of anxiety. We left extra time.
TSA spokesperson Lisa Farbstein says passengers should pack correctly to help ease the security process.
If you can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it or pour it, it should go into your check bag.
Officials here at New York's LaGuardia Airport are expected to screen about 50,000 travelers and crew a day during this record-breaking holiday getaway.
We advise people to get to the airport 2 hours before a domestic flight, 3 hours before an international flight.
Okay. Those choosing to hit the roads instead are already facing travel headaches. Bad weather caused a nearly 70-car pileup on Interstate 64 near Williamsburg, Virginia. And heavy rain forced road closures in Florida.
It was crazy. Our Uber picked us up and he said the airport was closed.
AAA says more than 104 million people will drive to their destinations. The day after Christmas will bring the worst delays, with trips nearly 2 times longer than usual. Johnny Fernandez, CBS News, New York.
Saying please and thank you, how to teach your kids gratitude this holiday season. We'll take a look when we come back. Teaching children to be more grateful and positive, not just during the holidays, but throughout the year is not an easy task. But there are some ways to teach gratitudes to kids. Check it out.
For the McLaughlin family, breakfast isn't just about burying your head in a bowl of cereal.
What do you appreciate about Molly?
I appreciate that she is really nice to the family.
It's about expressing gratitude and practicing kindness.
As soon as you guys are done eating, please clean up.
Mom of 4, Alexandra McLaughlin, says one way she teaches her children to be more grateful is by making time for chores.
They can see what's being part of a family, that it's not mom does all the work and I can just sort of breeze through. So my hope is to also have my boys and my daughters to do well when they're adults.
The first tip for teaching gratitude is to say thank you all the time.
Pediatrician Dr. Kathleen Birchelman, a mom of 7, says that's the best place to start.
As it becomes a habit, as that child learns that at the end of every activity, every time they're departing, they're saying thank you as a full sentence, they're teaching themselves gratitude.
Dr. Birchelman says another way to teach gratitude is to keep some kind of a journal. The McLaughlins have a jar, and each week everyone writes down at least one thing they are thankful for and puts it in the jar.
Something tangible to understand what it means to be grateful, because there's so much talking at your children, and so even though the younger ones are great at saying please and thank you, they may not know why they're saying it.
Alexandra says it's all about taking the time to appreciate each other and what you have. Mark Liverman, CBS News.
A homeowner in Australia managed to save at least 8 koalas from a fast-moving fire. Fire crews were on the woman's property trying to protect it from flames